to discuss the story of Mahalia Jackson and Unit 3. In this story, we are going to learn how to have a different and unique talent and a unique thing that is related to you, like invention, or if you invent something, or if you come out with a different idea from other people that can make other people inspired by you and follow you. So, in order to start this, before we start the story, let's go and watch this video to give us a hint about what the kind of information we will find in this story. So, let's go together to this video.
Miss,
Yes, Tina.
Miss, is this story like about like the person was like his skin and the people will not let him in
We are not,
because of
we
skin?
don't know until now. When you read the story, you will figure out by yourself and you will tell me by yourself. Okay? So, let's keep it until we read it together. Because if I tell you about the story from now, it will not be excited for you. So we will figure out little by little while we are going to read.
How does an artist use music to inspire others? For thousands of years, music has entertained, inspired, and comforted people. Some artists write song lyrics, others sing in choirs, and still others play instruments in a symphony. Some of the best musical groups have singers that harmonize well together. Other groups have spontaneous jam sessions. All of this music inspires the people who enjoy listening to it. It may make them think about things in new ways, relax, or simply move around. Although there's nothing like hearing music in person, today many people listen to digital music. And more people are creating music digitally, right on their computers. Maybe you will be one of the next great digital composers. This week you will learn how music is made by different instruments, playing different beats and melodies, and how it can inspire us to sing, dance, and be creative. How does an artist use music to inspire you?
Okay, let's have this question right here as the question of this week. Like, who can tell me about the question? How?
How does an
How does an artist use music to inspire others?
Use music to inspire others.
other
Okay, so this question for you right now. What do you think? How do you think that artists and musicians use music to inspire other people? In
people?
which way they can inspire us? Hmm.
I know
Fairuz.
that when like the artist when he draws like good stuff and like that
When he what? I
um
can't hear you. Huh.
when the if the artist
How the artist can inspire other people with his music. By what?
Miss, I know.
by the sound of the music by the
Maybe
sound
like,
Fairuz, she's still talking, yeah, Maria. Just a second. Hi,
okay.
Fairuz.
by the sound
By the sound. Okay. So if I
and
hear a sound, what will
they're
happen?
drawing
Hmm?
and they're like drawing and coloring. I don't
Okay,
know.
you said by the sound, so the voices and the melodies of the music can be inspiring for some people. Let's take Maria. Hi, Maria.
Maybe it like inspires them to write music like them or sing.
Excellent. So sometimes when you hear a nice song, maybe you will be inspired to write a song for yourself, or maybe you will be inspired that you want to learn that music and that type of instrument. How he plays the piano, how he plays the guitar, how he plays the violin. I want to be the same. I want to learn this one. So you will be inspired to search for some a school that can teach you this, or for some lessons that can teach you this type of playing that thing, huh? Who else? Hi, Tina. How music can inspire us? In which way?
Uh,
Any other ideas, my girls?
no.
Okay, so music not only inspire us by writing and by making songs or by playing instrument, it can also inspire us to dance on it or to chill out on it or to relax ourselves on it. If you are under a lot of stress, when you hear a music, then you will be inspired to calm down, to not think so much about the things around you, to chill out. Or if you happy, if you put some music, then you will be more happy. You want to dance, you want to share with your friends, you want to share your love, you want to share your dance, you want to give them. So music inspire people in many ways, ways in psychological, in the psychological part, and also in other parts, in the talent parts in your body, that maybe if you hear some type of music, you would be inspired to learn that type of music. Because in the music we have different types. We have blues, we have jazz, we have rock and roll, we have pop and hip hop, and we have a lot of things. So do you know that I will give you also this information about music? Do you know that most of the music writers, they are aslan writers like us, and most of them also are poets, shu'ara. So when they make a poem, that poem is so nice that they take it, and then from that poem they are making what? They are making a song. So all of these melodies and all of these nice songs and music that we heard was, and basically it was only written by poets and by other people like us. So maybe one day you will be a writer, maybe one day you will be a poet, maybe one day you are going to be a musician. You never know. So what I can advise you about that, whenever you feel the urge to do something, just go and try it, do it. Because maybe you will be talented in music, maybe your talent is in writing, maybe your talent is about memorizing, maybe your talent in reading, maybe your talent, yani not all the people have to be engineers or doctors. You can be something else. You can be a chef, you can be a musician, you can be a writer, you can be a poet, you can be a journalist. There's a lot of other possibilities in life. So if you examine from a young age uh, different things, then you can determine your talent from a young age. Okay? Like Mahalia in this story. طيب, let's go to our story right now to the page. Amal, my assistant, do you know the page or no? Can you help me?
Yes,
Yes, I know.
430.
400 and what?
30.
430 in the reading book. Thank you so much, my miss. Thank you for helping me.
Miss,
So
can I
please
read?
open the page on the open the books on the page 430 in your reading books. Let's start, Maria. We are going to hear a little bit and then I will let you read.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, what is the genre of the story? Who can tell me?
I know.
Expository text.
Expository text. Expository text, it means what? Who can explain? What does it mean,
Me,
expository
Juri.
text?
Me,
Hi,
Amal.
Juri. Hi, Juri.
Explains what certain things are and how they came to be. As you read, notice how the author explains a musical from known as the blues and how it came to be.
A musical form known as the blues and how it comes to be. So expository text, it's a text that explain about something. We can call it, in other words, explaining text, which will give you information about something that you probably didn't know before, like music or social or politics or history or geography. So we call it expository text. طيب, it's written by whom? Who's the author?
Julius Lister.
Excellent. So it's not Julius, it's Julius, because this name is Mexican or Spanish. So Julius Lister. Julius Lister is the writer, or some people call it Julius or Julius. Okay? Illustrated by Lisa Cohen. طيب, let's go right now to the reading in the page 432.
In this selection, the author is talking to his granddaughter. He wants her to know about a kind of music that he loves, the blues. First, he explains that the blues is not just a feeling, it's a kind of music. Then he tells her about a great
Jude, we are in the page 431, sweetie. Right here. Open 432 in your reading book. Did you find it, Jude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So in this story right here, you will find a grandfather. He's talking to his granddaughter, and he's trying to tell her about what about the story of the blues, of the music of the blues. Right now, actually, if you go for any place in America, now the blues is there. This kind of music is there, but it's not used as much as before because there are other types of music right now in America. So it's not used like before. So let's see. He will tell her about a glance of history, how this music started, and why it's important for the black people in special.
singer who knew all about the blues. So what are the blues? Well, the blues are like having the flu in your feelings. But instead of your nose being stuffed up, it's your heart that feels like it needs blowing. Everybody gets the blues, even children. But the blues is not only a feeling, it's also a kind of music that cures the blues. The words of a blues song might be sad, but the music and the beat wrap around your heart like one of your grandmother's hugs. The roots of the blues go back to slavery. If anything would give you the blues, it was slavery. Imagine somebody owning you like I own my car. Just like I can sell my car to anybody who has the money, somebody could sell you and me the same way.
Wow, that's deep. Okay, now he's talking about the blues to his granddaughter. And he's trying to explain for her because now his granddaughter is living in the modern age. In the modern age, there is no slavery. There is no problems they're facing. She has her own freedom. She can go to school, to university, and to play whatever she likes, and to have a career and a job that she chooses. But uh, in the uh, in the olden times, this wasn't the situation. So he's trying to tell her that you know what, there's a type of music. It's called the blues, and we call it blues because it plays from your heart, and basically it plays from the sadness of your heart. That's why we call it blues. It comes from sadness that make you as a blue person. So we call it blues because it's full of feelings, and as your heart is full of feelings, you try to what to express it through music to let other people hear it. He's saying that maybe the words are sad when you hear it, but if you hear the music with it, you will be chilling out, and you will feel so nice because you will feel that there's a hope. So this type of music, they created it to give them hope. Under the slavery, it was the only way they can gather together and express themselves. Of course, they can't talk about their owners in a bad way. They couldn't talk about their managers in a bad way because at that time, if a black person, a slave, talk about his owner in a bad way, then the owner would whether he will hit him or kill him or torture him and his family also. So the people at that time didn't have choices. The only thing they have is to express themselves and their sadness through music, and that's why how it started all together.
One of the ways black people fought against slavery was with the breath in their bodies. They wove hope on the air by singing songs called spirituals, songs for the spirit. Their bodies were in slavery, but it didn't mean their spirits had to be buried in sorrow as white as fog. Slavery ended in 1865, but freedom didn't take its place. The people who had owned the slaves still owned the land. How could the slaves truly be free if they had to keep working for the same people who had owned them? Blues music probably started something like this. Somebody was out in the field working one day. She knew she would be working from sunup to sundown on somebody's farm, making 50 cents a day until the day she died. Thinking about it made her heart burn as if it had been struck by lightning. The pain was so bad she didn't know what to do, and suddenly she started singing. Got a hurtin' in my heart, feels like I'm going to die. Got a hurtin' in my heart, feels like I'm going to die. I feel like a bird whose wings will never fly. Singing just those few words made her feel a little better, and everybody who heard her felt a little better too. The blues is life, and don't you forget it.
So this grandfather is telling his granddaughter that blues is life, so don't forget that. Why it's life? Because it was the only way to give those people hope at that time. And at that time, remember, in America, the slavery was finished. It's supposed to be finished in 1865. خلص. No one supposed to own another person. No person supposed to own another person. Who did that and who made that law? It was Abraham Lincoln. And that's why people in America like and love Abraham Lincoln and put for him a big status in America. Why? Because that person was the person who ended the slavery. He put for them the law that no more slavery is allowed. But did American people apply to that and did that? No. Nobody listened to him. And other white people even fought against Abraham Lincoln until after a while they killed him, by the way. They killed that president because he was the president that freed the black people. They said, how you freed our slaves? Now who are going to serve us? Then they brought somebody who killed Abraham Lincoln. After that, the other president was scared to tell people that no more black people is on for you. So he was just silent and didn't know what to do. So slavery continued, but in silence. Nobody talked about it. Nobody just tried to stand against it. And it continue. Imagine it continue until the year of 1960. يعني ضلت لتسعينيات القرن الماضي people they are having racism against black people. Imagine يعني in 1960 the black people are not allowed to go for universities, not the same university as white people. So there was so much anger, and nevertheless, nobody could do anything about it. So he's telling about the situation in the past time, and he said that while other people, the white people, own the black people, they have to work from the sunrise until the sunset, from 6 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock in the evening, in one shift without break. If they have a break, they will have half an hour break just to eat something and come back to work in the field. What they are working, طيب, they are working in fields and in farms, and the women, most of them inside houses, cleaning, cooking, raising the children. In the farms, they will go outside also, the women and the men. They will go to the farms also to what? To harvest, to put the crops, the seeds, to help with the farms because at that time they didn't have tractor or vehicles to help them farming. So the people who were farming, who are the people? The black people. Of course, white people, they will not do anything. They will just sit there and take the money. But how much they will pay for those slaves? Nothing. You know how much? 50 cents in a day. 50 cents in a day. What does that mean? يعني in our language and in our money يعني نص ريال في اليوم. Imagine. They gave those black people who worked for them half or 50 cents a day. يعني half real in the day. So that the women and the men who worked at that time, every time they remember that I'm working all of this work, I'm sweating and I'm working hard, and my body is aching, my muscles is aching. I just want to get some rest and I'm not allowed. And eventually I take half of a dollar a day. What kind of work is that, and what kind of injustice is that? So and then when she goes back to the house, she can't talk about the owner, because if she talked about him, he will kill her or kill her family, or hit her or torture her. So she can't speak. So the only thing she can do after she remember all of this, she can just go and sing. Got a hurting in my heart, feels like I'm going to die. Got a hurting in my heart, and she's working. Feels like I'm going to die. Yeah, I feel like a bird whose wings all never fly. I feel a hurting, hurting in my heart. And she's singing and playing and working at the same time. What, ya Amal?
Your sound is nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to sing like those people. So this is what happened at that time. Let's complete and see what happened next. Who wants to read, my girls?
Me, Jenna,
Me.
please.
Not
Okay.
Maria.
Me, Jenna, please. Me,
Okay, let
Fayose,
me let me
please.
see.
Me, Jenna,
The last
please.
time, all of you read
Me,
at the last time, but I will
please.
choose
Miss,
somebody who doesn't
please.
raise her
Miss
hands
me.
usually. So let me
It's
start.
me, Julie.
Jude.
Miss me.
Miss
Jude Sharif, sweetie.
Fayose, Fayose. Miss, I wanna read
Okay, girls, just a minute. Huh, Jude Sharif, are you there?
after her.
Okay, Yalla, it's your turn. I want you to read a little bit. Would you like? Huh, Jude?
Yes.
Are you there? Yalla, let's read a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Raise your voice, please, and I'm going to make it bigger. You can read it from your book or from screen. Okay, Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia Jackson, 911,
1911 to 1972 was
was not a blues singer. A blues singer. She sang Chris,
church.
Chris,
No.
Christian
Church songs.
church songs,
Excellent.
gospel,
Gospel.
gospel. But she knew blues other people,
Uh,
like Ray,
no. She knows
And but
blues and brought the blues.
music, other blues, and brought the blues feeling into cr-
Into church.
church music.
Uh-huh.
Other people like Ray Charles and
Charles.
Charles and Arthur Franklin
Franklin. Aretha Franklin.
grew up singing gospel too, but they took a gospel feeling and put it into the blues. The words in a gospel song and the words in the blue will be different, but both can make you start mo- mo-
Moving. Or what?
moaning, moaning like you've just bitten into the best friend chicken anybody ever made. So that's why you have to know about Mahalia
Hmm.
Jackson. Even if she didn't sing the blues, she learned a lot from listening to blues singers. And blues singers have learned a lot from listening to her sing gospel.
Excellent. That's enough. Yeah, Jude. Excellent job.
Miss, can I
Okay.
read Maria?
Right now, I
can you
want.
read?
Miss, can I read Maria? It's Maria.
Jenna.
I said the
Okay.
first one.
Maria. Let's go, Maria. Mahalia grew up.
Mahalia grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, the city where jazz was born and where there is still more good music and good food per block than any place in the world. Her father worked on the docks during the day loading bales of cotton and boats on boats was a barber at night and a preacher on Sundays. When Mahalia was 5 years old, her mother died. Her father took her to live with Mahalia, Paul, an aunt who lived nearby, and the woman for whom Mahalia Jackson was named. Mahalia never lived with her father again, but she saw him almost every single day at his barber shop.
Okay, that's enough,
Mahalia.
yeah,
Miss, I
Maria.
wanna read,
I want
please.
to
Miss,
Juri.
I wanna
Juri, Juri.
read, please.
Juri, are you
Yes,
there? It's your
yes.
turn. Yalla, I want you to read a little bit. Mahalia.
Mahalia grew up loving music, and the person she wanted to sing like was none other than Bessie Smith. But Mahalia's aunt was very religious, and she took Mahalia to to
Church.
to
Church.
church every day. When talking about her childhood, Mahalia said that in her church everybody sang and clapped and stomped their feet, sang with their whole bodies. They they had the beat, a powerful beat, a,
A rhythm.
a rhythm we held on onto from slavery day.
Hmm.
And the music was so strong and expressive, it used to bring the tears to my eyes. It was in church that Mahalia first started singing.
Excellent, yeah, Juri.
I
Okay,
wanna
let's go
read.
for the
Can
next
I
page
read? Miss, I
and
wanna read,
go for
please. Miss, can I read?
Jana. Jana, next one for you, yeah, Jana.
Okay. Miss, can I
She
read
dropped
after?
Yes, Tina. Start, yeah, Jana.
she
She.
dropped out she dropped out of school after the 8th grade and went to work doing people laundry. Mahalia began hearing stories from relatives and friends about how good life was in Chicago, Illinois. So when she was 16, another aunt, Hannah, took her to
Hana,
Chicago.
Hana, Hana, Hana.
Hannah
Mm-hmm.
took her to Chicago to live. Once there, Mahalia joined a gospel group and a chur- church
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
cho-
Choir.
cho- choir while working during the day as a maid in hotels. It was in Chicago that Mahalia got the chance to see her idol, Bessie Smith, who came to town to put on a show years later. Mahalia remembered the Bessie
Mm-hmm.
filled the whole place with her voice, and I never went home until they put us out and closed up for the night.
Excellent. That's enough, yeah, Jana. Okay, Tina, complete from here. Mahalia's singing.
Mahalia's singing brought her to the attention of Thomas and of Dor- Dorsey,
Dorothy.
Who detected a number of goose. Yes, what is this word? Goose spell.
Okay, who directed a
Number
number of gospel choirs in
gospel
Chicago. Gospel.
choirs in Chicago. Dorsey was the father of gospel, reigning the blues singing. Bessie Smith had traveled with. He began talking her to out-of-town crunches for concerts, and her reputation began
Reputation.
reputation began to grow almost as fast as you are.
Excellent. That's enough, yeah, Tina.
Hey, Tala,
Okay,
Tala, please.
just a minute, Tala. Okay. For we will stop until now, please, because we don't have time. But let's explain this part that we took, and the rest of you will complete on Wednesday to read. In this part, the grandfather completes the story for the young child, and he sang for her one of the best singers at that time. Her name is Mahalia Jackson. Now, Mahalia Jackson didn't really sing blues, which is the poems that people say and then she sing it. No, mostly she sang the gospel. Gospel, it means the Bible, the religious book they have. She said that she started to sing uh, in the church. Gospel, and this is Bible. So what does that mean? It means that she didn't start by singing from when she was a child and somebody supports her. No, she started to sing during the church time. And during the church time, what they do, the Christian people, what they do, they go each Sunday to the church. This is the church. You know what does it mean, church? For you who doesn't know
Yes.
Yeah,
what does
I
it
know, I
mean?
know. It's like
Yes.
when we go to masjid, but they go to church.
Yes,
Yeah.
Christian
The
people
Christian.
they have a church. Instead of our mosque, we have mosque. We go for us, which is the holiday for us during the week. Huh?
Jum'ah.
Jum'ah. We go each Jum'ah and pray in the mosque, صح? All the men go for the mosque,
Yep.
they pray,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
then they
They
hear
go
khutbah,
on
they hear the speech and the khutbah, and then they pray. Well, for the Christian people, their holiday is the Sunday,
Sunday.
not Friday. Okay, so their holiday is Sunday. During Sunday, they will have it as a
I
vacation, so
thought
nobody is working during Sunday. And then all the people will go to the church. In there, they don't sit on the ground, they have chairs like this. And all the people sit in the chair. Okay, and there will be a person right here who makes the speech. He will make a speech. The person who make the speech for them, his name, we have sheikh for us. For them, they called him priests or preacher. And several names they have. They call him priest or preacher or monk. Okay, he will be the person who make the speech for them. Of course, during the speech, he will tell them about, please don't listen to the life that you have. This life is will go anywhere, and then when we die, we will go to heaven. They also have heaven and hell, but they think that if they die, they will go for heaven, and they think what they're doing is correct. Why? Because their book Aslan is changed. That's why they don't know the truth. Okay? So regardless of that, what they do, they hear the church, the speech, and they pray after that to God. God, please help us. God, let us go to heaven and all of this. After they finish praying, what they do? They do something it's called choir. Now the choir part comes. What is a choir? This is the choir. Choir is a group of people. They have the gospel or the Bible between their hands and they take some part of the Bible and they read it. But they don't read it, just read it. No, they read it with the music. So for us, we read Quran, صح? Everybody who wants to read Quran, he just go and bring the
yeah.
book and read. And when you want to read it in a good voice, we call it reciting or tartil. But for those Christian people, they have to put a music with it. When you see it, you probably will laugh, but this is what they have. They will have some people read the Bible and somebody have a piano or guitar, and they will have the whole church dancing and singing in the same time. The first people who came up with this was the African people in America. And then it spread for whole America to do the same thing, which they called the choir. So that Mahalia Jackson, she started singing in a choir like this in the church, and then they found her voice is nice, and she said, "Why not to sing? Then I will sing my own songs." And she tried to sing for other people, and then they liked her, and she became famous after that. But how she discovered herself during the Sunday holiday for the Christian people. So this is the choir, and let me show you. I hope that we have it. Just a minute. It will be a nice part, educative part for you to show you how they sing the Bible during. Okay, what we have,
Um,
African American choir. Okay, that would be nice. Okay. Yes. No, not this one. I want something good for you. Ah, this one.
Miss, it's only for African people
No, no, but
and
they are the one who started it, and then it's spread for this.
okay.
Okay. This is not to laugh upon anybody because this is their beliefs. But anyway, you have to be educated about that to have it as a knowledge, you know? Mm. By the way, right now what they're doing is that they are reading the Bible, by the way. Yani now this one that they're doing right
It's
now
a
is
song.
no, it's not a song, it's a praying. They are praying. They,
Okay.
and during that, if you listen to them, if you sit in there and listen to them, there will be like, oh God, help us about, oh God, give us thing and that, oh God, but they will pray with singing. Okay, and from this thing started the blues. Okay, so after that the people they liked the singing with the Bible, so all the black people they found it comforting for them to hear the word of God while they are dancing with it. So they said, oh, then maybe God will take out the slavery of our hearts, and he will make us free people. Then they took it as a kind of a music. They don't want to hear it every Sunday, just on the Sundays. No, they said, why not to make a whole song out of it and to hear it the whole time when we need it? After that, the blues spread among people. And this is the beginning of it. Like this. Like this. Okay. And by the way, if you go for America, you will find that the African American people actually, they are the most religious people in America. Yani they are the most people who like religion. Why? Because they went through a lot of hardship. They went through a lot of slavery and a lot of bad situations that they found only the escape from all of this is through religion. That's why when you go for America, you'll find the African American, they really like God and they really like to talk about heaven and about the other life because they're really religious. Okay, my girls, these are just few information that can educate you about life and about everything around us. I hope that you enjoyed. Did you like it?
Yeah.
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 Okay, and Alhamdulillah, we are Muslims. We don't do all of that. And when we want Aslan to worship Allah or to speak good to God, we just have to bow and just to speak to God, just to pray. We don't have to sing. We don't have to make a choir.
We don't
We
have
don't have
to
to go
go.
for church. We have just to go in our room and close the door and just to pray to God, and He will hear you. And if you want to read Quran, you will just bring the book and read it. So from all of this, when you think and watch
We
other
have to
people what they're
go.
doing, you find that what you're doing is the correct thing, and it's a good thing. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you inshallah tomorrow. Take care and have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.